What's good, everybody? Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, y'all. Y'all, we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 8, and the name of the episode is called A Perfect Storm Out. And listen, I don't know how I can, y'all, I don't know. I'm just be watching this show with a smile on my face. I really like these girls, And everybody I talk to now, everybody be like, you need to go and watch Salt Lake City. You need to go and watch Salt Lake City. And I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But I do plan, I will say this. I tried to watch, I think I told y'all already, I tried to watch the last episode of Salt Lake City. I think that I'm going to have to somehow, maybe when I'm just probably in my spare time, I'm going to have to catch up because I don't like to miss no seasons of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so I will have to go back to season 1, probably the episode. I think I stopped watching it. It was the episode when, what is the heavyset girl? Heather. I believe Heather she was at a party and there was a black man. I believe that she went and gave him dome at the back of a U-Haul truck or something like that. That was the last episode I think I've seen of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I'm gonna have to go way back and watch it, whatever. Then I'm gonna catch up. But for some reason, I know I ain't even started with Beverly Hills yet, and I'm 2 minutes into it. But I'm just saying, at the end of, I didn't watch Beverly Hills when it aired. I watched it later, and I ended up having to see like the last 2 minutes of Real Housewives of New York City. And I don't know what's going on over there with them girls. I'm gonna have to check them girls out too because it looked real interesting. And then we had Boz. I said, remind me, this ain't even live. We're gonna have to talk about Boz. Boz had her debut last night on Watch What Happens Live last night, and it was her birthday, and we're gonna have to talk about that too. Okay. But again, we are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 8, and the name of the episode is called A Perfect Storm Out. Okay. So the episode started off, we are at Bozma's home, okay? She is throwing a sisterhood serenity soirée, okay? At least that's what I think it was called, okay? She said that it was inspired by Sutton, and she said sometimes in the corporate world, somebody have a good idea, but they don't know how to execute it. And now she has to fix this mess. You know what I'm saying? Because we all like Sutton, whatever, Sutton cool or whatever, but she's a mess. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to do like a sisterhood thing, and she's just not that girl. She's just not that girl to be doing anything sisterly. Okay. And so she had already sent out the invitations. The invitations was really, really nice or whatever. And she called Dorit. Okay. She FaceTimed Dorit. She told Dorit, look, girl, Garcelle came over here yesterday. And, she gave me some information that really disturbed me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be when I be having bad information for my friends and stuff, too. I got to tell you, though. If somebody tell me, I got to tell you, don't you put my name in that stuff. But I got to tell you, don't put my name in it, though. You know what I'm saying? She said that she was really disturbed. And she said, look, girl, it was more to what was going on in the text messages with PK and Kyle. It seems like it was more than memes and gifts. Okay? And so Dorit said, girl, I just got off the phone with Erica, and Erica told me nothing bad was happening. You know what I'm saying? She said that and they showed the clip. Erica was on the phone, FaceTiming Dorit, and she told her that it was text messages between PK and Dorit. It was nothing inappropriate. And for me, and I'm going to keep saying this, that's not for Erica to say. It's not for her to say. If you telling me that you sending my husband memes and gifts, when I go through the messages, I need to see memes and gifts. I don't need to see nothing else. No, what's up? Hey, how you doing? I don't need to see nothing else but memes and gifts. Okay? And Boz is standing on business. Okay? She said that, it's clear to her that Kyle is what she said was that Kyle told her that she wasn't going to talk about or read the messages. But now she's showing the messages to everybody else in the group. Why can't she come and show Dorit? And I agree. But then she said there's a reason why she decided to show those messages to Erica, Garcelle, and Sutton. and then show them to her and Dorit. Now, Boz, I gotta say, girl, you really jumping out there, girl, and I hope you listen. I gotta say, girl, you backed it up though. You backed it up though, because girl, who is you for you to be like, girl, she knew not to show the messages to me. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Okay. So now we at Kyle's house. Kyle is at home. She's trying to go on a foot soldiers and sympathy for herself. You know what I'm saying? Every time Kyle talks to somebody about what's going on, the story changes. Okay. So now she is on FaceTime with Kathy. And so she said, yeah, girl, me and Kathy got into it last night. And Kathy say, again? Because you remember Kyle been losing every time she got into it with Dorit. She been losing. And Kathy had to give her some big sister advice the last time. She said, girl, when you go against it this time, be brave, girl. Be brave, okay? Now she is telling Kathy, you know how me and PK got this brother-sister relationship and we send each other memes and gifts on Instagram. What do you mean Instagram? How did they go from text messages, now they on Instagram? And then she said, well, now all of a sudden she is upset that we have this relationship and she's upset that we send. It's not all of a sudden, baby. Her and that man are separating. She's separating from her husband. She's separating from her husband. So it's not all of a sudden. The thing is, y'all, I actually like Kyle a lot. I really do like Kyle, but she could be full of it, and she could just be full of it. To me, this reads to me that she just doesn't respect Dorit. She just don't respect Dorit. I think that Kyle know exactly what she's doing. She know exactly what she's saying. She has been able to get over on Dorit for so many years, and she is having a hard time letting up on Dorit. So she gonna keep on disrespecting her, and she ain't gonna never see that she doing nothing wrong. Okay, so now the girls are arriving at Boz's home. So we got Erica and Kyle. They showed up first, and I gotta say, Kyle looks good. Kyle looked just like she just stepped off the table. I mean, not table from getting work done, even though I know she had some work done. I'm just saying she looks real refreshed. She looked good, okay? Now, Garcelle, Sutton, and Jennifer Tilly, they all riding together. You know Garcelle trying to get a cheap Uber ride over there. You know what I'm saying? And they basically download Jennifer Tilly on what happened when they went to Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jennifer Tilly is telling them, you know, she feel like that PK was texting Kyle more than gifts and memes, and she was downplaying it. That's because Kyle is punk puss. That's because Kyle punk puss. Because she was so happy to tell and had a little smile and a little devilish grin on her face when she told Garcelle, you know, PK still reaches out to me. You know what I'm saying? But now when you confronted about it, you change and you tuck your tail. Okay? So Sutton basically summarized the text to Jennifer Tilly, and Jennifer Tilly feel like me. You know what I'm saying, girl? That's not memes and gifts. That's not memes and gifts. Whatever you saying to me, it ain't memes and gifts. You know what I'm saying? And I must say this. I feel like that I want Jennifer Tilly on the show full time. I like Jennifer Tilly. We only got 6 wives. It's been times that we don't watch Beverly Hills before. They done had 8 or 9 wives before. You know what I'm saying? We only got 6 girls on the show. I think that we could bring Jennifer Tilly in. But I feel like if we bring Jennifer Tilly in, you know, I understand why Jennifer Tilly probably don't want to be on the show full time. But I like Jennifer Tilly, the little moments that we do get her. Okay? So Dorit, now, she arrives at Boz's event, and she is saying before she get in, she's upset that Kyle showed the messages to the ladies and didn't show them to her. And she said it just shows that Kyle is not thinking right. No, Dorit, baby, listen. She was thinking correctly. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she did what she wanted to do. She said it when she put the messages out. She said, I'm going to show these messages one more time, and I'm not going to do it again, because she wanted to show the messages to everybody else and not you, so she could dig at you. It wasn't a mistake. What Ashley Darby say, make no mistake. I made no mistake. She made no mistake. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. Now, Dorit came in, and she tried to shade Kyle when she came in. She said, oh, Kyle, you know, you look at extra comfy. Is this your comfy wardrobe? Now, Dorit, I will say this, girl, Kyle looked good to me. Kyle looked good to me. Kyle looked refreshed. Kyle looked good to me. But Dorit said that the outfit that Kyle had was from 2004. So, and y'all, does that make it vintage? How old do an outfit has to be since 2004? But Dorit is basically saying, Kyle been wearing this outfit in wood a couple of times since 2004. You know what I'm saying? She don't wore it out. Is basically what I heard. Okay. I'm excited about Bose's event, y'all. This is Bose's first event on the show. And some women, when they had their first event on the show, they had to choose whether they was gonna pay the heater bill or was they gonna have a Haitian dinner. You get what I'm saying? And they didn't pay the heater bill, and she had to bring out blankets and pillowcases and stuff for the people to warm up when they was at their event or whatever. But Bose, she seemed to be having her first event. It seemed to be going well. It seems to be going well. So now Garcelle, Sutton, and Jennifer Tilly come in, and both have robes for all of them with their names embroidered on them, and she got some comfy slippers for them. Okay, the girls are having a 14-course meal. What is a 14-course meal? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine eating 14 courses, but they ended up showing the salads and stuff that they was having. The salads that they had like 3 pieces of spinach on it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I want to eat and I want to get full, but I don't think I could have room for 14 anything. You know what I'm saying? But 14-course meal. It was a black chef. She had manly hands there, all black everything. It was all black everything now. Okay. Now Garcelle, it was really shocking to me because Garcelle seemed to knew all of the men from Manly Hands. I didn't think that Garcelle let a black man put his hands on her, but she seemed to know all of the Manly Hand men's there that works as masseuses there or whatever. So that was good to see. Jennifer Tilly was getting a massage, and she told one of the men, this is the calm before the storm. Believe you me, there will be some shouting and storming out. Okay, so as the girls are getting their massages, while Garcelle is getting her massage, Dorit come and she talks to Garcelle. She tells Garcelle, when we was in the Viper room, the reaction was far less about you and more about me. She said, I'm lost right now. And Garcelle tells her, I feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? And she said that when she was going through her divorce, she had to do a lot of things quickly to rise so that her kids wouldn't suffer. And if there's any insight, that she would be there to help Dorit, I thought that this was a genuine moment from Garcelle and Dorit. I do feel like that Garcelle was genuine in what she was telling Dorit, and she seemed real receptive of Dorit. And then Dorit apologizes for the bumps in the road in their relationship. Now, but Garcelle didn't apologize. She just said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just got to say it. If we're being honest, y'all, Garcelle take a lot of digs at the girls. We have to be honest. Earlier, when Garcelle was on this show, she was taking digs at the girls. She was taking digs at Dorit. She was taking digs at Kyle. She was taking digs at the girls. And even as far as last season, I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't even remember Garcelle apologizing when she said that Dorit had wounded jewelry from the robbery after she said that it was taken from her. She didn't apologize. All she said was, it doesn't have to change your reality. Garcelle never apologizes. Garcelle never apologized. She wouldn't be getting no apology from me. You know what I'm saying? But look, this ain't me. She apologized. Dorit apologized. Garcelle accepted it. Let's just hope, for sake of the show, that they can move on and move forward. I'll be happy to see it. But I'm just saying, Garcelle can do some apologizing too. Okay? So we got both sitting over here with Kyle. Okay? And both tell Kyle, look, girl, Garcelle came over here the other day and she talked about the now infamous text messages. Okay? She said, girl, you said that you weren't going to read or show the text messages, but when you went and talked to them, you showed and you read the text messages. And now I'm thinking, why the fuck you ain't showed me the messages? You know what I'm saying? Because you would have held her accountable, Bose. You would have held her accountable. That's why she didn't read the messages to you. Okay? Kyle tries to summarize the messages, and she said that the messages said, and she was reading the messages, and Sutton came over toward the end. It was so funny. Sutton came over toward the end while Kyle was saying the end of the messages, continue to send me funny memes and gifts. And Sutton came over and said, "You said more than that." Girl, you said more than that, girl. And and Kyle's defense, when she was summarizing the messages to Vogue before Sutton came in, she was describing the messages to the T. But what I like with Sutton is she not getting up off of Kyle's neck. And I'm starting to think, you remember when Phaedra had said, season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was like, "Girl, be careful the grave you dig for me. You might have to dig another one." I feel like that Kyle thought that she was going to come into this season and she was going to dig a grave for Dorit, baby. But as the season continues to go, it is seeming more like, girl, you are digging a grave for yourself. Even production, I'm trying to understand, Kyle, the way that you walked out in this episode. I'm pretty sure that you walked out your house a couple of times when you've seen the way that they done edited the show up, or not even edited the show, because blaming something on the edit implies that it was something that didn't happen. They just showing, girl, that you a liar. You a liar and you can't be trusted. Because they keep on showing that beautiful bean footage on you. Okay? Kyle keeps trying to make it seem like that everyone is making it weird. Weird is a code word for inappropriate, and she's trying to use it in a sexual nature. Kyle, again, you bagged Mauricio. Now, we seen Farrah Daddy before, but even when you was with him, that still don't look like PK. Ain't nobody thinking you in a relationship with PK. And PK got money problems. And we heard how Big Kathy was. When we talk about Big Kathy, I ain't talking about your sister, I'm talking about your mama. We heard how Big Kathy was back in the day. So we know that you don't want no man with no money or money problems. And nobody in the world, nobody is looking at this show, mama, and thinking that you trying to sleep with PK or you got anything sexual with PK going on. You can stop that right now. So Bose asked Kyle if she could read the text messages to her. Kyle's going her confessional, and she says, why does she need to read the messages to the group? She knows nothing of my relationship with Dorit. Now, let me stop you right there. When a person is wrong, they try to make you think that you don't have enough insight to give an opinion about what's going on. But Bose doesn't need to have she doesn't have to know the history of your relationship between the history of the relationship between you and Dorit to determine if you were wrong or not. You said that you was a girl's girl and you were sending memes and gifts to PK, and that's not true. You don't want Bose to be in it because you know that she's gonna call you out for being wrong, and you don't want to be told that you're wrong, and you know that you're going to be held accountable. Because you're saying that, why do you have to read the messages to Bose? Why did you have to come to Bose's house anyway and talk about the text messages to Bose anyway? Girl, she didn't know the relationship, according to you. She didn't know the relationship between you and Dorit when you came over there pulling out pictures of your phone with Dorit kissing Mauricio on the back of his underarms when he was hugging on PK. She didn't have the history of the relationship then when you were showing her those pictures. It's just the stuff with Kyle, it just ain't working for me. I like Kyle, but Kyle is full of it. And her tears don't work with me. Okay? So Kyle is saying, why do y'all feel like I owe every single person? And Sutton said, girl, you pulled out that phone. Nobody asked you to. You did it. Okay? Again, Kyle pulling out those messages and showing those messages to some of the girls and not the group. That wasn't a passive aggressive dig that she was trying to take at Dorit. If she was going to show the messages, or if you didn't want to show the messages, don't show the messages. But if you're going to show the messages to anybody, and if you feel like, oh, this is going to be the one and only time I want to show the messages, show them to Dorit. You ain't got to show them to nobody else. Show them to Dorit. So Kyle gets up and she said, I'm going to step away. Okay? Now, Erica says that she feels like there needs to be a warrant to go into somebody's phone, and asking her to read the text messages is wrong. And so then she says that the women are pressuring Kyle and making her feel like she done something wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong by communicating to her friend. Was she communicating with her friend, or was she sending memes and gifts? Was she communicated with her friend or was she sending means and gifts? Because that's not what she said. So Erica goes on to say that Dorit and Kyle need to have a conversation without us. And that is the issue. Kyle having a conversation with Dorit, in the past, she has been able to run over Dorit and say whatever she wants to, and Dorit has been able to calm her down. Right? In the past, Kyle has had temper tantrums and just yelling at Dorit. And I think that's why now everything is happening above, in front of everybody, right? Even when she sent the text, that was the point of Dorit showing the text message that Kyle sent her last year at the reunion, right? When it's just you and me, you tend to behave a certain type of way. You tend to try to run over me. That, what I'm saying? That's the whole point. That's why she showed you, Erica Jane, the messages at the reunion last year to show the hypocrisy of Kyle and how she treats her and how she tries to run over her and try to make her feel stupid. So then Kyle get to crying. She said that everybody's making it seem like I've done nothing wrong. I'm wrong if I read the text messages. I'm wrong if I don't need to read the messages. Now I have to read the messages to the whole group. How old are we? And so Dorit sees Kyle and Erica Jane talking out of the way. And Dorit is saying, girl, why are they having a conversation about the text messages without me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody told Kyle that she needs to share the messages with me. Okay. And so Erica finally says to her, girl, you don't owe anybody an explanation except for Dorit. And Kyle says, I don't owe her nothing. And then Erica backpedaled. She said, I said, if you know, girl, she definitely know. And that's the thing, Erica, you ain't holding Kyle accountable even as a friend. You ain't holding her accountable because she definitely should have showed those messages to Dorit if she showed them to anybody. If she was going to show those messages to anybody, they should have been shown to Dorit. Okay? So she said that she was going to read the messages once, okay, which was the gaslight. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to stand on. And my thing is this. If Erica supposed to be a friend and she was going to be a neutral party, we don't need you to be the go-between. Once Erica pulled out that phone at Chuck E. Cheese, you should have told her, girl, no, if you're going to show them one time, just show them to read. Everybody else here don't need to know about it. You want to be the go-between because, and Erica Jane, I ride for you. I ride for you. Like Danny Kane, I ride for you. I'll ride for you, baby. But you ain't really got no storyline. Your storyline is that you is over here. And, I don't think that everybody needs a storyline every year. But you trying to be in the middle of this mess. And you was trying to be in the middle of this mess because all you was doing was decorating the living room this season. And you done got caught up. Okay? And so, Kyle reads the messages. You know what I'm saying? And she goes to, I never repeated anything that you told me. That was not about Dorit. It was about production. If I'm being honest, Kyle strikes me as a girl who will get close to your man and whatever your man tell her, she will use it against you. And she would have secrets out there. You know what I'm saying? She want to get the secrets out there about you and she would use it against you. And I think that she wanted to get the tea in the dirt on Dorit and use it as leverage. I really do believe that. I really do believe that. Okay? Then at the end, when she got to reading the messages, she was crying and stuff. And she said that, that PK get mad if she doesn't respond to the laughing emojis. Girl, what? He gets mad. And y'all just seen the memes and gifs? Now that sounds inappropriate. That sounds crazy and inappropriate. So Kyle cries and she barges out, okay? And Boz is standing on business. Boz says, look, I don't care what y'all say. The louder Kyle cries in protest, the more I know that she knows that she's wrong. Okay? The tears that Kyle are crying aren't going to work with Boz, and they don't work with me either. If I'm being honestly and truthful, I don't think that they really work for anybody that was there outside of Erica and Dorit. I don't think that they work for really anybody that was there outside of Erica and Dorit. They didn't really work. I think that what's happening is when Kyle is crying and stuff, Garcelle knows that she will be painted as a bully if she continues to dig. Boz knows that she will be considered a bully if they continue to dig while this, and I don't want to bring race into it, but if this white woman is crying, so they let her make it because they know what it will look like if they continue to dig while she's crying and storming out. But girl, that's what y'all got. And I'm just saying, if I don't really buy the tears and I'm giving reality TV, I would have sat there looking at it and I'd have been like, girl, you shouldn't have texted them. With a straight face. Okay? And then what really made me starting to look at you, I had already been side-eyeing you, Erica Jane. What really made me side-eye you is when Dorit tried to go after Kyle and she said, Erica, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, girl, it's between me and her, and I got it. And you is telling her she's not going to listen to you. She's not going to listen to you. Girl, you want them to solve it or what? Do you want them to work it out or what? She's going to listen to her. Let her go over there and do what she's going to do. If she don't choose to listen to what she got going on and she just choose to leave, let her leave. At least Dorit tried. But the drama that's going on is between Dorit and Kyle, not you. You want to be in the middle of it. You want to be in the middle of it. And that's just the truth. Okay? And so Erica says that Kyle's marriage is falling apart, and so is Dorit. No. Wait a minute. Erica says that Kyle's marriage is falling apart, and so is Dorit. All she asked was if she was in communication. No. What I'm saying is, I had my notes mixed up. Erica is trying to say that she is doing something. Erica is trying to say that everybody's making Kyle feel like she done something wrong, and that's not what happened. Only thing Dorit asked her by communicating with her friend. Only thing Dorit asked her was, "Is you are in communication with PK?" Because he is being unpredictable lately, and I don't know what he may do, and I don't want to be discussed or you to be discussing me with him. And she said that it was memes and gifts. This was after she told Garcelle that PK had been reaching out to her. So no, okay. So Dorit and Kyle, they go outside. Kyle says this to Dorit, and Kyle, you just keep sinking yourself the more that you talk. You had to go to content master when you was in school, because you're not a good liar. You're not a good liar, and you almost seem slow. Kyle said, if we were in a good place and you said that things are not great with you and PK, and to cut off contact, you know me, I will always stick with you. So are you now saying that because y'all are not in a good place, that's the reason why you stayed in communication with her husband? Is that what you're trying to say? The reason why you still communicate with her husband is because y'all are not in a good place and you trying to make a dig at her? Listen, if my friend and I fell out and they was in and they was getting a divorce from their spouse, I would not be talking to their spouse. And that is the truth. I would not be talking to their spouse just on GP. And to me, that is the true definition of loyalty. Loyalty comes into play when no one is looking and you and that person are not on good terms. Anybody could be loyal when things are going good and going great, but your true character shows when you and the person are not in a good place and y'all have conflict. How you choose to show up for them when y'all are not in a good place is what matters. And that is the true definition of loyalty. And Kyle is not loyal. Okay? Kyle is also saying that she didn't know anything was going on with PK and Dorit and production wrote that beautiful bean footage, girl, and you lying. You lying. Dorit getting a confessional. She said that Kyle is not a girl's girl, because if she was a girl's girl, she would have stopped talking to her husband without even having to be asked. And that is the truth. That is the truth. I believe that. Okay. But what sealed the deal for me that Kyle is not a girl's girl is that Dorit was telling Kyle, she shares with Kyle that her biggest issue with PK is how he speaks to her. She said that he yells at her, and him yelling at her triggers her. She said that she used to call him the monster, and she has protected him because he's not that person. She said that he can be that person, but she protected him about behind closed doors. And when he gets that way, it's usually with her. Cal got in her confessional, and she said that she always saw Dorit as wearing the pants in that relationship. And she said that she doesn't know if Dorit is taking advantage of the dynamic, that she can paint a picture of him and he's not here to defend himself. She said, I don't know. I've never seen that side from him. Cal, you ain't no girl's girl. Just because if she's telling you that, just because you haven't seen it doesn't make it true. Girl, you sat up here and told us that Mauricio had a picture of him and his Dancing with the Stars co-star on the desk, girl, and you didn't even take us in the office to show us the picture. And you just wanted us to believe it blindly. You're not no girl's girl. All she said was the man was hollering at her and yelling at her. It's easy to see that. She ain't said that he was beating her, dragging her down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say none of that. All she said was that the man was yelling at her. It's hard for you to believe that. It just goes to show that I'm telling you, she is not a girl's girl. Kyle is not a girl's girl. Even the other digs that she have made in confessional this season. Oh yeah, and PK has been a better friend to me than Dorit has. That's just another dig to show, yeah, I'm still friends with your man, girl, and we cool. Okay. Dorit tells Kyle that it doesn't feel right that Kyle said, I would never share anything. She said that if you meant production, you would have said production, or you would say that I would never say it on camera. Basically, what you said was you would never share what he told you with me. Kyle says that it was about production and that PK never tells her anything about Dorit. Dorit say that he does, and she said, I know it. She says that he shares everything about our relationship. So Kyle goes in her confessional, and she says, if you have a brain, you know that we share more than means and gifts. Then production showed a black screen that faded out, and then they had showed Kyle coming back on the screen. And she said, yes, we talked about things. We talked about LVP. We talked about the show, whatever it may be. I have never repeated what we talked about, and none of those things is Dorit. Girl, the line keep on moving. First, he reached out to you. Then he only reached out to you showing means and gifts. But we never discussed anything else. We never discussed nothing. And now we do discuss stuff. Girl, the line just keeps moving with you, Kyle. Dorit says that after dinner that PK and Mo have, he would go back over to Mo's house and Kyle would tell him about his issues with Dorit. And PK would tell Kyle about his issues with Dorit. And then he would come home and tell Dorit about it. And she said that Kyle is so used to lying through her teeth when it comes to her that, you know what I'm saying, that she just keeps on lying. That's because she doesn't respect you. And Dorit, Mama, what kind of relationship or marriage you got where Kyle will feel so comfortable sharing, issues that she got with her to Kyle, and then him sharing the issues that he got with. I just would, to me, this would not be anything that I would be a part of. Now, PK telling what type of issues that he got going on with you to Mauricio, another man, another friend, yeah. But PK and Kyle coming together for a piss on Dorit session for me is crazy. And you sitting up here okay with it? Ain't no way. Okay. So now Kyle says, she's getting ready to go. And she says in her confessional, Dorit achieved exactly what she wanted. Everyone is talking about this now instead of what she did to me. But what did she do to you, Kyle? You started this whole thing with you and Dorit regarding these text messages with PK. You started it. You started it. The text messages between you and PK came out of your mouth first. They came from you. It wouldn't have been an issue or a topic of discussion if you had not said it to Garcelle. You made this, and now you got to lay in it. Okay? Dorit goes back inside. She says that she wished that they can all get to a place where there's not one big blow up, or there's not a huge blow up when one little thing goes wrong. Okay? Erica says that Kyle Fisk misunderstood, and Bose clocked Erica in the confessional and said, "Baby, why is Erica defending Kyle when Kyle is the one who did something wrong?" And I agree. You know what I'm saying? Kyle is the one that did something wrong. So Sutton and Dorit, they have a moment saying, Sutton is apologetic again. And this is how I know that Erica ain't no good and she couldn't be counseling me over nothing. I told y'all on the last episode that I could see that the stuff with Erica Jane was disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really wanted to if I had a friend and every time I looked up and they was popping off or whatever, I wouldn't, and I knew that we was mic'd up, I would not be. I feel like Erica Jane is trying to get cool points the way that she was trying to calm Dorit. Dorit, look at me. Calm down, Dorit. All of that stuff to me, you ain't got to do all that to get your friend attention. All you got to do is touch them and squeeze them a little bit, and they gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do all that. But what happened? This right here let me know. To me, y'all might disagree, but this is what I knew, that Erica Jane wasn't no good. Erica and Sutton and Dorit was having a moment. And Dorit acknowledged what Sutton was saying to her, and she said, "I agree." Erica then tells Dorit, "Acknowledge her. You didn't even acknowledge what she was saying. You just said the food wasn't yummy." And so Jennifer Tilly, Garcelle, and even Sutton had to say, "No, girl." She did acknowledge her. She said, "I agree." And Dorit had to tell Erica Jane like 3 times, "No, I said I agree. I said I agree. I said it before I said the yummy thing, girl. You can't counsel me over nothing." You know what I'm saying? Don't. If you're going to come at me, I'm sorry. If you're going to come at me and tell me something about me, you need to be correct, 100% correct, and make no mistakes about it. Quick. Okay. Next, we got Porsha. We're back at Kyle's house. Kyle and the daughters get together. It's Porsha's birthday, and Mauricio there too. Okay, we seen it on social media. Porsha gets a Porsche. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nicki Minaj, 16 years old. Listen, I love to see it. I love to see what I love about Kyle and her story, and her and Mauricio, and why y'all will never make me turn on Mauricio, is that we've seen Mauricio pretty much build his company, the agency, from the ground up on this show. I remember the first season of the show when Camille was on the show and she wasn't going to be using. Remember, she had got into it with Kyle, baby, and they wasn't going to be using Mauricio for his services anymore. And Mauricio was upset. So we've seen him build the agency from the top up. I remember when Alexia had their used Mercedes out there that they had. They showed the flashback. I remember when they had a used Mercedes, but now they done got Porsche, a brand spanking new Porsche at 16 years old. I love it. I love it. Okay, I love to see the people get on the show and box up like that. Now, I did not realize that Farrah was 20 years older than Porsha. I knew that she probably was like 15, maybe 16 years older than Porsha, but I didn't know that she was 20 years older than Porsha. Kyle, I see people do that all the time, though. I see people do that all the time, but Kyle was a teenage mother. She was married, but she was a teenage mother. And Porsha, it was hard for me. The only reason how I was able to, so y'all know Farrah got her own daddy, and then Alexia, Sophia, and Porsha got their own daddy. And I'm not trying to talk about the kids. I'm just gonna say this: all 3 of the girls look alike. Mauricio and Alexia, Sophia, and Porsha all look alike. The only difference that Porsha and Alexia look exactly alike. I can only tell them apart because Alexia's hair is cut short, but Alexia and Porsha looks alike. Now, Sophia looked like them too. She just big boned. I'm not saying she heavy set. I'm just saying she big bone. Her bones are bigger. But they all three of them look exactly alike. That's crazy. The older Porsha gets, the more she starts to look like Alexia. That's weird to me, or crazy to me. Okay. Next we had Garcelle Beach House. Garcelle, girl, baby, I am Beach House out. Congratulations, we gave you your flowers, girl. Every time you shooting the scene, baby, I don't want to be at this beach house, girl. That's 2 hours away. What's up? Okay. So Sutton comes over. She got Junebug. Her dog name is Junebug. Garcelle got Kobe. Okay. Garcelle says that Kobe is rambunctious and Junebug is a princess, just like her and Sutton. And so she said, who is the princess? Baby, Garcelle is the princess. And Sutton is rambunctious. So rambunctious, volatile, all of that that's describing Sutton, that's Sutton, baby. Garcelle is now saying it, baby. I love it. Okay. So Sutton is calling out the hypocrisy in Kyle, baby. Sutton got over there in that deep south drawl, and she said, I don't not appreciate Kyle storming out. You know what I'm saying? She said Kyle thinks that she's above it, and I don't appreciate it. Nobody is above it. She said, I think that it was very disrespectful that Kyle stormed off. And she said, basically, was saying, girl, when I did it last year at Magic Mike, Kyle kind of reprimanded me. You know what I'm saying? Kyle kind of reprimanded me for storming off last year at Magic Mike. And baby, if I can't do it, she ain't gonna do it neither. And this is more of what I'm saying about the grave that you tried to dig for Dorit is digging for yourself, because now Sutton is calling out your hypocrisy. Just like Dorit said earlier in the season, girl, you like to do stuff to people that you don't want done to you. And you did call out Sutton last year. Now, Sutton was doing a lot, but you was doing a lot too this episode too, Kyle. But Sutton said it at here, girl, I'm not bowing down to the altar of Kyle Richards. Girl, you just married some real estate agent. My man is powerful. My man was powerful, girl. And you ain't gonna disrespect me. Okay. Next we got Erica Jane and Dorit. And baby, when I tell you I never thought I'd see the day, baby, that Dorit was calling out Erica Jane to her face. She did it in the confessional before last year when she said, you know what I'm saying? When Erica Jane said that she was being a showman at the season at the what is it called? BravoCon, when she said, no, girl, you weren't being a showman, you was being a bitch. And when she called her out about the talking about it was her hormones is the reason why she lost weight, and she was like, yeah, the hormones are spelled OZEMPIC. See, she did it in a confession before, but Erica Jane, I call Erica Jane Griselda Jane. You know what I'm saying? Griselda Blanco. I never thought I'd see the day that Dorit will be standing up to Erica Jane. Okay? Dorit got in her confessional, baby. She said, I done learned this year, girl, I don't need a lot of friends. I just need the right ones. You know what I'm saying? Erica not sticking up for me, or at least not saying to Kyle that she was wrong in private wasn't cool, and it was hurtful. Okay? So they went and got a facial massage. The facial massages looked so relaxing to me. Okay? But she told her girl, she asked the people, look, can y'all leave so we can talk real quick? Okay? And she said, let me tell you something, Erica Jane. I know what the text says. I know what they mean. And I know what Kyle trying to suggest that they saying, and it's bullshit. She said, her saying I will never repeat what we talk about, and I never have, that was about me. Plain and simple. And she said, and I don't believe for a second that you don't think that it's not about me. Erica says, girl, I think that could be played off both ways. And Dorit says, girl, if she's talking to my husband, what do you think she's talking about? And Erica Jane says, I'm not going to jump to assumptions. I need more proof. And this goes to show with you, Erica Jane, you giving punk puss and a punk ass bitch. Because once I thought about it, as this is going on, you have never called out Kyle. You never called out Kyle. And when I say call out Kyle, you never really gave it to Kyle like you have gave it to the other girls. Even though, even that season when you was going through your stuff, Kyle was putting Sutton up to do the stuff that she was doing to you. And I know that you watched the show back and you seen that Kyle was putting that battery in Sutton back. Everybody's seen it, but you never jumped on Kyle. Even to this day, your relationship with Sutton has been affected by how you feel like she treated you when you was going through your divorce. And the whole time Kyle was putting the battery in your back and you still go up for her. Now, whether you chastise her in private or whatever, I don't know. But on the show where she was misbehaving, you never called her out about it. She said, I'm not going to, Erica says that Dorit may not need proof, but I need proof. Girl, but it ain't your motherfucking husband. What you mean you need proof? It ain't your motherfucking husband. And so Erica goes to say, and I get so tired of her talking about this, girl. I was married to a trial lawyer for over 20 years. Yes, you was, girl. And where is he now, girl? He is awaiting sentencing. He is awaiting sentencing as we speak. The last I heard of Tom Girardi, they was trying to ship him to, I believe, Colorado to see if he was sane enough, if he would be able, you know what I'm saying? If he was sane enough, because they getting ready to sentence him. And if they sentence him to jail time, he would be in jail for the rest of his natural born life. Okay? And Dorit told Erica, girl, when it comes to Kyle, you don't call it like you see it. You don't call it like you see it when it comes to Kyle, and you tend like you need to protect her. And Dorit got in her confessional and said that Erica is afraid of Kyle. Now, do I think that Erica can take Kyle that they was getting into a fight? I think that Erica could take Kyle with her hands behind her back. I can't remember the season, but I remember when they was at, what's my girl name? She won an Emmy. I believe they was at her house. Let me see. The Emmy. How dare you? They was at her house. And Kyle, what's my girl name? Brandy Glanville was walking out with Kim. And baby, Kyle was trying to walk up after her and had touched that girl. And that girl turned Kyle every which way up in that little entryway of their house. So I believe that Erica James could whip Kyle with her hands behind her back. When I say that she's afraid of her, I think that what she's saying is what Sutton was just saying in the scene with Garcelle. Kyle bows to the altar of Erica. Erica bows to the altar of Kyle Richards. Crystal even said it on her podcast with Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? I basically was told that this was Kyle's show. And I think that Erica Jane feels like that she has to be in Kyle's good graces to be on this show. And so she's never going to call Kyle out on her BS because she needs this check. I hope I get my check. She needs her check. She needs this check, so she's never going to call Kyle out, whether she's wrong or not. Even though she felt, I believe that she really did feel, girl, you don't have to explain nobody put the read. And then you backpedaled after Kyle gave you some pushback. And girl, Erica Jane, the way you blow up on these girls, the way you had Garcelle on her knees crying, the way you talked to Kyle, had Teddy over there crying, the way you talked to Lisa Vanderpump, we know you don't take no shit. But why are you taking it from Kyle? Because I done seen Kyle a couple of times play with you in your face and you ain't never gave her that. Because you think this is her show and you think that you need to be in her good graces to remain on this show and everybody can see it. Okay? Dorit told Erica it hurt me when you kept saying that she did nothing wrong over and over. And you were saying it like you were so sure, yet I know you are not sure, are you? And Erica Jane said, I don't know. And she said, you know what? I need to bow out of these friendships so y'all can work it out. Because I don't want what you're saying to be true. If this is what she told Dorit, I don't want what you're saying to be true. And Dorit told her, question, if you knew it was true, would you be okay with it? And I don't know if production was playing with it or whatever, but she paused for a moment. And she said, no, I think that she was thinking about what Kyle was going to do. If Kyle was going to give her the pink slip or not, if she answered that question wrong. Okay? And that was the end of the episode. Listen, to me, 50 minutes. Okay, listen, this is top tier. Listen, I love these girls. All of them. I like them. This is a good show to me. This is a good season. I think the reason why this show is so good to me because I think it is real conflict on the show. The little made-up beefs that happen for the show just for TV or girls trying to get camera time and embarrass people, that ain't real to me. I believe that this is a real situation that's going on between Dorit and Kyle, and I think that's why it is so good. Now, before we go, I got to talk about Bozoma over on Watch What Happens Live yesterday. It was her birthday. I had forgot that the 21st was her birthday, and I had just got to reading her book. Okay, so it was her birthday. She did not sit right next to Andy. The bulldagger from New York. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I don't know her name. I know it ain't Jessel because Jessel was in the audience. The bulldagger from Real Housewives of New York. She was there, and she was sitting right next to Andy. And so she was sitting at the end. But Dorit was there. Dorit was in the audience with Jessel, and there was another girl from from New York that was there in the audience. The bulldagger from I don't know the girl name. The dyke from New York, her girlfriend was there as well. At Watch What Happens Live, but she was still in the dressing room. And we also had Boston Rob. Boston Rob from the Traders was at the bar with Parvati. She was on Traders last season with Phaedra. So, I felt like I knew, or at least was comfortable with everybody. Okay. So what I want to talk about, this is her first time on Watch What Happens Live. She talked about losing her house. She said that she had her house for 4 years, and it wasn't just her house, it was everybody's house. But she said that she found out that she lost her house while she was in Zambia, and she said that she found out on on Twitter, that her house had burned down. She found out on Twitter. Okay. Now let's get to the mess. She also, they do the game where they ask you, they have all of the girls, have a picture of all the girls. It's almost like the bobblehead game that Garcelle played the first season when she said the car wasn't welcoming to her, was the least welcoming to her when she joined the show because she knew what she was doing. Yeah, that was a dig that she gave to Kyle. She played the same game. Okay, so let me remember the questions real quick, and then we're gonna go. She didn't really say nothing about Garcelle. Okay, they asked her outside of Dorit, who was the most welcoming to you on the show? She said it was Erica Jane. Not surprised. She said, who thinks they's the queen bee of the show? She said Kyle. She said, who has the most fashion sense? They asked who had the most fashion sense on the show. She said it was Jennifer Tilly. Who has the biggest ego on the show? She said it was Sutton. Who did you meet? I think that he asked her who was kind of different from what you thought they would be when you met them in person. She said it was Sutton. And it was something, who is the most two-faced on the show? She said it was Kyle. And he asked who of the girls on the cast would do great in a boardroom, and she said Dorit. And she really spoke about her friendship with Dorit. She basically said she did say something about Garcelle. They asked her what did they think about Garcelle and Sutton making comments about her relationship. I feeling like Dorit, kind of just grabbed her in and didn't let her breathe. And she said if them girls really want to spend time with her and get to know her, they would have got to know her and spent time with her instead of worried about what she had going on with Dorit. And she said that Dorit is a good friend. Dorit had actually came to New York because it was her birthday and she wanted to, spend her birthday with her. I do think that it's a genuine friendship. I must say this about Dorit, but Dorit, are you on an Ozempic? Girl, you was already, I think that you was already model size. What you got on it for? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good episode to Watch What Happens Live. They ended up bringing a cake out for her. and they sung happy birthday to her. I really like these girls, y'all. I really, really do. I really love the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know what I'm gonna do when they go, but y'all, that's all I got for right now. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I appreciate the love and support. Y'all, please like the video. Please like the video or unlike it. Please don't unlike it. If you don't like it, don't touch it. But like the video. It'll help me out. It'll help me out. I'm trying to take YouTube more serious and put out more content. So just help me out. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25. Call daddy, tell him 25. Call daddy, tell him 25.